So for a bit of an introduction to those that don't know Nick Morgan is I would say you're a bit of a legend about the paddock, to be honest, in my involvement with racing, but also you're an ex-enthusiastic rider at national level, then team manager, team owner, then bike tuner, bike builder, and you're still really heavily involved in the racing scene. That's was it fair enough?
Yeah, pretty much, mate. I mean, we sort of, you sort of start off your racing career with all these ideas of ambition and grandeur, world champion or whatever you think you're going to be, or British champion, or even winning a club race for some people is amazing, and it certainly was for me. And then your path just sort of evolves, and for me, I've been, I think, amazingly lucky to be involved in motorsport, in motorcycle racing particularly, from sort of like 17, 18 to date. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it.
And just outline what you actually do now. MSS Racing, now you're more into preparing bikes for other people, so you've probably got, I don't know what, in the British Championship paddock, you've probably got an involvement, or you've had your hands on or supplied parts of probably about a quarter of the paddock, no?
Yeah, loads. I mean, we're 90% of our business, probably a bit more actually, is Kawasaki based.
Yeah.
We're Team Green technical partners for Kawasaki, so we do a lot of development with them, working on new products, not new products that KHI produce necessarily, but certainly new model changes, so that we're up to speed and we can understand and help people set the bikes up, whether it be ECUs or suspension or chassis or whatever it might be. Primarily, our business now is it's all racing. That's it. That's where it starts and where it ends. We've got, just trying to think really. We work with a huge cross section of teams within the paddock, whether it's be from entry level, from the junior supersport lads right the way up to FS3, the official Kawasaki superbike team. But we don't just do that. We're not just sort of that naive to sort of think, it's not all about BSB. We love BSB, but we've got another element to it with the track day side of things. You've got the pure road racing. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any of that in the last couple of years with TT Northwest being cancelled. But we've also got another involvement in grass track and speedway. With these, and that is another level. We've got a rider, Paul Johnson, that rides for us. He's got we've got this ZX10 engine in an outfit, running on Motec. Honestly, it is the loosest thing ever. And then we've got another ZX, late model engines, running in the speedway. So the big, 4-cylinder 1000cc sidecar speedway bike. It's brilliant, honestly. It's a complete, and that's completely different for us, because we hadn't really historically been involved much in that side of it. So it just gives you another little, it's just great. It's just brilliant to do, honestly.
How's lockdown and the whole COVID thing affected you?
It's, as you can see, I haven't had my hair cut recently or anything like that, but it's been...
All coloured?
Yeah, all coloured, absolutely, yeah. The old blue rinse has been a bit scarce. No, it's been initially... We got hit quite hard because we sort of deal globally. So, and where this sort of virus was coming up through from Asia and across into sort of
Italy,
like
and then
absolutely. And we were sort of like, we noticed it quite early on. Couldn't really understand what was going on. I thought, oh blimey, trade's a bit slow. Anyway, and then of course, then it starts becoming more and more apparent, with COVID-19, and it had it hit us really quite hard. Then it just went. Once all the furlough schemes and bounce back loans and all things like that, it just went crazy. Business just went absolutely off the wall, and we were sort of doing record months. Moved forward sort of 6, 8, 10 months. Now it's okay. I don't know if it's where it would be normally. I don't. We've had a particularly cold winter, haven't we? We've had a shitty January. So I don't know if it's a little bit of that. There's no track days, there's no testing, there's no this, there's no that, and all those things are sort of very core to our business, because you need the lads to be out on track, to want tyres or brake pads or whatever they might need, or God forbid accident damage, but that happens, as we all know.
You were saying earlier that you struggled, or the big thing for you was getting your mindset away from being a racer involved in riding a bike to then it being a passion.
Yeah.
to actually running a business and thinking that you've got to make money out of this.
Yeah.
Well, and I've noticed that you haven't been at as many race meetings, probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 a year we see you at.
Yeah, pretty much now.
Really, in BSB. Do you miss that side of it? And has the COVID affected you? I mean, you don't go to that many, so actually the COVID thing hasn't, and not been much racing, hasn't affected you too much, I'm thinking.
No, for sure. I mean, there's been a couple of changes on that side of things. I mean, changing from running a superbike team or owning and running a superbike team.
Yeah, good superbike, a top level superbike team.
Yeah, it was great. And we had some fantastic riders, you know. All the
favourite?
lads.
Can you say favourite?
Favourites?
Who did you work well with?
I don't know really. Do you know what? Worked really well with Rutter.
Yeah.
Really well with Alex Lowe's, Perariba. The list is. Do you know what? They're all great.
Yeah.
They've all got their own. They're all quirky.
Yeah.
You know, you're all the same. I mean, when you've got that much talent and you can ride that well, and what I liked about, I'd say 90% of the riders that have ridden for me, is that they weren't precious. You know, they could ride a motorbike, and they knew they could ride a motorbike, but there was still other sides of them that made them a more rounded person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But no, they're all really good. Really, Michael, really, because we've got a pretty good friendship as well out of it, and you know, some of the lads you don't see very much now. But yeah, so as regards favourites, yeah. No, I'm not going to say Michael. I can't say Michael. I can't have it. I can't have Rutter as my favourite. But and then also, yeah. So I haven't done so much at BSB, but also in the last 2 years, my son started racing.
All right. Okay.
So we've been at Bemsey. He did his rookie championship on
like
a
old
6.
days for you.
Oh, honestly, it was. It's like going back to the early 80s.
Is it? Is club racing like it was?
I'll tell you what, the bikes are a bit tricker.
Yeah. And
there's a few
track day bikes. I've seen a lot of your kit on my. I organise some track days.
That's right, yeah.
And we see a lot of fairly trick stuff coming through, and that's just track days.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Some of them track day bikes, they could be on the grid at BSB.
Yeah.
Without, and a lot of them I think are refugee bikes.
Yeah, they are exactly.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So getting back to the Bemsey thing, I suppose. Yeah, no, it's great. It was good. It's the same sort of thing. It's just evolved, like everything has. And but yeah, no. So I've had a great time doing that. Did that for a couple of years whilst we've been doing the speedway and the grass track as well. And then so then this year now, my lad's it'll be his first year in BSB. So he's going to do stock. It's a little bit early for him.
Stockthal.
Yeah, Stockthal. Yeah, but you know, you've got to have a go, haven't you?
Yeah, and what's he like? Is he enthusiastic and
loves it? Absolutely peaks off it. Yeah, he's not. You know, he's had probably the same as you, Jamie. I'm pretty grounded with everything, you know, and it ain't. It's making him understand that this racing job's bloody expensive, and it ain't for nothing, and you've got to work at it, and you've got to work with your sponsors if you're lucky enough to have sponsors, and also that, you know, nothing's for nothing. So we went and did the Bemsey job, so we didn't go straight to BSB. I don't really agree with that. I think you've got to serve your apprenticeship.
It's another argument, but
yeah,
I think you've got to do your apprenticeship. That's
massively. Yeah, I mean, you know, if I start going on, we're going to be here for like a couple of hours. But basically, so he's done his little apprenticeship. He's probably going to BSB because last season was a little bit curtailed, wasn't it? We had the same at Bemsey. We only had a few rounds as opposed to the full championship. But we're going to go. We're going to do it, and I'm sure he'll love it because you can't not, you know. And there's no great expectation. You know, he'll do how he'll do as long as he gives 100%. And then what can I ask for? You know,
you're going to be with him. You're going to be in the paddock.
Yeah, we're going to be in the paddock with him. I've teamed up with Mark Smith-Haverson, another ex-Kawasaki team boss. Yeah. And he's doing it with his son. And then we've got...
I did hear you were racing, his son were racing, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. And it's great. It's a bit of a dads and lads thing, you know. So, and then we've got David Shoebridge, he's going to be part of it with his dad, Phil. And then we've got Cameron Dawson and his dad, Ian, is going to be all part of it. So it's going to be a nice...
Christ, Tim's going to be good Saturday nights for the dance.
It'll be mint. It'll be mint. It will, won't it? Yeah, get the vino out, a few beers, Barbie and all that. And then we're going to be based with Leon Haslam's Affinity team. They're going to be one side of the awning, we're going to be the other. It should be easy, nice, like dads and lads, but just to up the ante a little bit. Because we've all got experience in running superbike teams, so, you know. And then that's it. So that'll be, looking forward to that. That'll be good, I think.
You're involved with Steve at Reactive Parts, and yesterday we were looking at some. You've designed and had built some. I think. Well, you've built them. You've machined the rear swing arm quick release.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Fantastic thing.
Yeah, we love it. We've that's really been for me, because I've been doing it for so long. You know, sort of pretty much. God, blimey, how long have I been doing it now? 42 years I've been in the industry. So, and that side of that's what really floats my boat. I love it. And we sit there, and I've got a fella called Lee Tucker. He's he helps and designs. Sorry, I design it. He draws it. Then we work together, and we.
You
come
mean
up.
you tell him what you think might work, and he actually figures out how it's going to actually work?
Well, yeah, basically. Well, he's CAD proficient, and he does all the step files for all the engineering, the CNC side of it. So he sort of goes, well, you can do that, but you really want to do it that way. So, and then then we get them 3D printed, and then we retrofit everything, and then we make adjustments and so on.
Yeah, kind of like prototyping stuff.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's almost like rapid prototyping. Yeah. But well, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, and do you know what I particularly like about that? I mean, I come down and I work with Steve quite a bit down here. Really impressed with his setup and what's available.
It's good. Yeah.
And the stuff he supplies is quality stuff. He's a rider himself.
Absolutely.
I mean, anybody who's pointed a bike, 200 horsepower bike down Braille, as you know, they need a bike that's going to work and keep working.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. But what I like about the system, what really impressed me is it's not something that somebody on the road would buy because it's shiny or it looks trick or it's not to look at. It works so well.
It's the practicality.
I spend a lot of my time. I've got 3 GSXRs.
Yeah.
That are brilliant bikes for my instructors at my track days.
Right. Yeah.
But none of them lads want to look after it. So I use Kyle Ride, and we use top level riders. We use all sorts of Lee Johnston but none of them want to change a wheel, change a tyre. You know what riders are like, especially top level ones. So it's down to me generally I end up changing probably 70 tyres a year back at my house, and I've got a tyre changing machine. But to take a standard wheel with a loose bolt and nut and washer, and the pads are falling out of space.
Oh, it's painful, isn't it?
And that's why I love it. And to get anything any better in the past, you've had to take your swing arm out, get it chopped off.
That's it.
Get a rear end point. Expensive and hassle, and nobody's going to get that. They're not going to do it.
No.
This, you don't have to have a thing. You don't have to put your foot under the wheel. You don't have to faff about getting your mate to hold it up. It just goes straight in. I love that.
Yeah, mega. No, because we spent a lot of, and that's exactly the same. What you experience is what we experience in the workshop as well. Same sort of thing. And the idea is just to make it easy and fluid for people, so they don't mind changing oil. You just pull the axle out, flick the chain off, take the wheel out, drop another one back in, and then with Steve and with Steve, what Steve does here, it just fits in with his sort of existing product range, you know. And then the aim for us is to work with Reactive Parts more, and to so we'll expand our product range.
Yeah,
we do
in terms of getting more stuff in that sort of
that type of stuff.
Vein,
exactly. Yeah, definitely. So we'll see how it goes. But at the moment, it's a buzz for me doing it.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll be a good product. Well, it is a good product. Yeah, it's not hopefully about it. It's a good product.
Standard questions now. If you raced for a long time and at a lot of circuits, if you could have one last kind of, you're not gonna, because you're like me, you're flipping don't bounce all this thing, but
no, that's right.
One last blast somewhere, what would it be on and where would it be?
Do you know what? I would say, as much as I've done Macau, for instance, since '93 to date.
Scary old place,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it's all right for a holiday, and everybody loves going there, but you've got to ride your bike there, and
it's a bit different.
If you've not seen Macau, it's a street circuit. It's typically the streets are used by taxis and flipping hand carts and that.
Armco lined, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's all Armco lined. It's like almost racing down a corridor.
Yeah.
On a big fast motorbike, and it quite a scary place, I think.
Definitely, but I think if it's a tick box, not a wish list, I wouldn't. Yeah. If it's a tick box, there or Daytona, I think, because I've worked at both for years and years and years. Never ridden Daytona. I know. I just that is.
Even now I'm thinking, ooh.
Yeah. And then of course it would have to be a ZX10 because they're the best bikes out there. So.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, naturally. Yeah. But no, I mean. I think all the bikes are brilliant now, so I don't think the bike's too much of an issue, but certainly circuit-wise, Daytona or maybe Laguna Seca. I've never done Laguna Seca.
Again,
have you done Laguna?
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Have you ridden Anglesey in Wales?
No, once again, I haven't worked, but never.
There's some similarities, ups and downs. The thing about it's like Cadwell, actually, a little bit like Cadwell.
Yeah,
With some.
looks a nice circuit.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
really, really nice. Now, I'll be honest. For all the international circuits, it's changed a little bit now. They've altered it and they've moved some barriers back. But I raced there quite a lot up until the end, turn of the century-ish.
Yeah.
01. And still a bit scary. You know, for an international circuit, it was barriers were close and there was some fast bits that were. So,
but that's like we were saying earlier, or last night, or whatever. You know, when we were talking back to like how Alton Park was, Cadwell Park, you know, Knickerbrook, all these tracks.
You never thought.
You know, that's right.
Never thought. And guess what? I was chatting with Michael Rutter as well. Michael's, I guess, he's going on for 15 hours. Michael still rides really well, to be honest.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And a real natural rider. I mean, you follow him. He doesn't have to put any effort in.
No.
He's
just pinpointing.
He's not scratching. I mean, it's just flipping, flowing.
Yeah.
And we all those old boys say, Alton was brilliant now, but I was better then.
But it was,
even though you knew that it was kind of scary and more dangerous.
Yeah.
You kind of still the old Victor
even the old Mallory Park. You go back Mallory Park. I mean, I know it's that and it's over. Yeah. But even Mallory, when he used to come down the Devil's Elbow.
Oh yeah,
all that,
with no bus stop.
With no bus stop, and you're like, and then into Gerrard's all the way around, and it was just then through the S's.
And no runoff.
No runoff, zero. Yeah. And I'm not saying it makes everyone a bigger man or this that, and the other, because that's what we grew up with.
Yeah.
That's what we had to race.
That's what it was.
Yeah, we had no choice, did we?
Yeah.
You know, Snetterton, the little flick on at the start, finish, all them places. But no, there's some amazing, there's still amazing circuits now.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. I think it's, you know, once it's in you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not that I want to do it now. Can't imagine anything fucking worse, if I'm honest.
Cheers, Nick. Thanks, man.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.